Hello everyone, welcome back to Easy Education London, and this is our part 3 of our GCSE English video in preparation for your English exams. Now, to those of you who have watched part 1 and part 2, this is essentially a continuation of how to prepare and almost guarantee you top marks for your creative writing. So we are going to look at cheat sheets, and also I'll be providing you all with some top tips in terms of how to prepare for these exams. So let's have a look at the question in further detail. So if we take this exam paper question, it says, write a story about a time when things turned out unexpectedly. Now, instead of writing an answer from the top of your head, if you have watched part 1 and part 2, you would have remembered I've advised you all to have pre-planned your answer before you go into the exam. The reason is that will, number one, save you time, and number two, allow you to achieve top marks. Okay, so you may ask, sir, how do you do this? You have to essentially memorize generic paragraphs that you can apply in any question 5. All you do in the exam is you tweak the question to meet the question as well, okay, to essentially answer the question, if that makes sense. So does it work? Yes, it does, because that's how I've achieved my A stars and grade 9s in English in GCSE and A levels. But at the same time, my own students have used the same strategy in previous years to achieve full marks or almost full marks, and some of them achieving grade 8s and 9s for their English exams. So it's something that is easy. It's something that anyone can do as long as you prepare for this before the exam. So let me show you all the actual cheat sheet that you can use in preparation for your exams. So now, a simple acronym that you can use for any creative writing task. This is essentially your cheat sheet. So it literally starts with START. So the acronym is START, and you can start your creative writing answer with the acronym START. And it's an easy acronym you all can remember, regardless of your exam board, whether you're AQA, Edexcel, Educas, OCR, etc. So a paragraph planning resource for your creative writing. So first, you need to decide where you are in the image and the atmosphere and attitude you want to evoke. Then start. So S stands for sky. So the overview here, you need to give an overview. So what this means is that you need to begin this paragraph with a single word sentence. Then use an extended metaphor. So for example, this is one that I've memorized and my students have memorized, and it's generic. Okay, so you can use it. The typical example I give you, if you're writing a story about an abandoned house: chaos, full stop, perpetual chaos. The sky was a deafening scream, a piercing shout, a metaphysical yell. Okay, short, simple, effective. Okay, and it hooks the reader in from the first line. So this is something that you can use in your answer, regardless of the question. Now, depends. If you want to tweak it, then that's completely fine. If you want to change a few words, that's completely fine. But it shows you how it's versatile, and it's something that you can use in most questions. Even if the question is one which is positive, and you've got sunlight, you've got a bright setting, okay, and there's tranquility, people excited, people ecstatic. This is something that you could use towards the end to show a juxtaposition. So suddenly something happens and there's a shift. So instead of starting with that could be used later on. Okay, so you all would know, depending on the question, all you do is you tweak and adapt based on your question. Okay, now remember, will you all get the same exact question? No, you're not, because you all are sitting different exam boards. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind. Now T in START stands for tiny features of the scene. So when you look at the picture provided, make sure you zoom in and look at the physical description and the physical detail. So on the one side, on the other side, scattered about, the ... or adjacent ... So essentially here you're using a prepositional phrase to describe something in the picture and something that happens. Okay, A in START stands for away. So instead of zooming in, now you're zooming out. So that shows the examiner you're shifting the focus from the inside to the outside, from zooming in to zooming out. So you could start off with everything, or all, or outside. It was a time of ... And as you can see, the ellipsis here is essentially for you to fill in the gaps. Okay, and then R starts for the reaction of the weather, the person, or the animal. So begin this paragraph with a form of repetition. It was choked in rain, black rain, sorry rain, tears of rain, rain that covered and dulled everything and nothing. Here, something small happens to you or a character or the weather. And T, okay, is to, which stands for to or was or to. So essentially, it's a one sentence paragraph. And it's something that is so simple, but would carry some easy marks for you to achieve in your English exams when writing a story. So, for example, to wander these streets was to subject oneself to the dismal reality of humanity. Or to be here was to be in a perpetual utopia. Okay, so to those of you who I teach in our online classes, you would know these are words that are part of your vocabulary list. So to those of you who are interested in achieving excellent results, do consider joining our online classes, which are taught by experienced and qualified UK teachers. And we provide you with that support and guidance to be well prepared for your exams. Our spaces are limited, so if you are interested, do contact us today via email, which is at easyeducationlondon@gmail.com. I will leave the link in the description below if you are interested, and a member of staff will be in contact with you in regards to those classes. So we go through model answers, we provide you with constructive feedback, we provide predicted papers, and we provide a ton of resources so that you are well prepared for your exams. So what are you waiting for? Join today at Easy Education London. And the last example of the one sentence paragraph is, to stare at the sky was to stare at the infinite darkness of my inescapable future. So these are just three variations, and these are some things that you can use. And essentially, this is a great cheat sheet. And essentially, these are all simple cheat sheets that you all can use to achieve the top marks for your creative writing. And remember what I've said this, and I've said this before in terms of your creative writing, it requires preparation. So it's something that you can't just turn up in the exam and think, you'd be okay. You must prepare and have a pre-planned answer. I've said this before. So if I was you, you still have just under a month, still enough time. Pre-plan your answer. I cannot stress this enough. And have your notes ready, have it organized, and attempt past paper questions based on what you have provided. And that way you will have built your confidence, and you'll be confident that you'll achieve the top marks or the highest marks in the exams. And that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you have stayed to the end or towards the end, do leave a comment at the bottom saying I've stayed until the end so that I know. And if you have any comments, any feedback, please do let me know, as obviously I'm trying to improve and I am new to this YouTube game, etc. And I do want to thank you all for your continued support. It does really mean a lot. A majority, of the comments are positive, and it seems like everyone is benefiting from these videos. So that is it for today. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Sorry, not Snapchat, but TikTok, at Easy Education London. And do subscribe and share our channel with your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share for more. Thank you.